So I'd like to begin by seeing what it is that's bringing you all in today. Who would like to start?
Well, they're both huffing and puffing and looking over at me, so I guess I will. I'm the one that made the appointment, so.
Okay.
How do I even begin? Let's see. We found out Megan has been smoking marijuana is the big issue, I think.
Okay.
She's been smoking it for, what did you say, like 6 months now?
Does anyone else
tell you?
6 months?
That's what she told us before, but we just found out like about a week ago, so it's new to us, but not new to her.
Not new to
And does anyone else agree with you that this is a problem?
Honestly, I don't feel like they do. Maybe her teachers at school.
Okay.
She's gotten in trouble a couple times at school because she has shown up to school high before.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't feel supported at all. I feel like I'm the only one that's thinking it's a big deal, so.
And what does support mean to you?
Just someone that's like on my side, that's backing me up and like seeing kind of where I'm coming from in my perspective.
Okay.
Because it's really caused a lot of tension between Megan and I, but also between Rich and I. So it feels like it's like those two against me. So it's been tough.
Rich, do you agree that there's tension?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tension between them, and then also like what she says between us, just because we don't agree.
Mm-hmm.
I really think it's an overreaction of what's happening. Like, she's a teenager, she's a kid. Well, I think at that age, I'm surprised that she started this late, actually. A lot of kids start even earlier.
That's not an excuse for
true.
our daughter to do drugs.
I know,
Like,
I'm just saying.
all these
it's not
kids
as
do
bad
this
as you
doesn't
think.
mean that she gets it. That's crazy.
It's not as bad as you think it is. So.
Yeah.
It's not as great as you think it is either.
I don't think it's great. I think it's just, a rite of passage for some people. Some people experiment, As long as she's safe and keeps safe.
She's not being safe though, hon. She
That's
was
what we have
driving
to talk
under
to her
the
about.
influence.
That's why you have to be open about it.
You guys are a
And
mess.
Megan, would you agree that there's tension between you and your mother and between your mother and father?
Yeah. They're like a disaster. It's ridiculous.
What does disaster mean?
Like, they just can't, agree on anything. Like, I agree with my dad. I mean, I feel like it's just not a big deal. She's, freaking out about it, and she needs to calm down. It wouldn't be an issue if she wasn't making it an issue.
Okay.
That's the problem though. Like, it is an issue. It is something that I'm concerned about. And
No,
you're
it's
right. It wouldn't
not.
even be a thing if I didn't bring it up because both of you
Exactly.
are on the same page and think it's an okay thing that you're doing.
Yeah, well, that's
Would you
who
want
it
your
is.
child smoking marijuana? No.
Yeah.
You would really?
Yeah.
Megan.
So if you were,
It's not a big deal.
and how is this tension between you and Megan and between you and Rich different than it was before the 6 months or when you found out Megan was smoking?
You asking me?
Mhm.
How is it different than before we found out?
Mhm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Rich and I have had arguments before and disagreed on things, but we've always been able to come to a common consensus on the way we wanted to handle it with Megan. Usually, we're really good at talking to each other about it first, and then presenting it to her or coming to her with it together
Okay.
as a unified couple.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say so. I think it's just, for some reason, there's something about the situation that's really,
We can't get on the same page.
we don't agree.
Okay.
I don't know how we can see eye to eye.
Megan, if you said you don't see the smoking as an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there was something to change, what would that be to make this tension decrease?
Denise needs to calm down.
And
Calm
what does-
down.
How does calm down? What is calming down?
Not freaking out on me all the time.
And what does freaking out look like?
Just yelling at me, getting on my case.
I yell at you because you won't talk to me otherwise.
I won't talk to you if you yell at me.
You don't talk to me when I come to you calmly because that's how it starts out.
You don't come to me calmly. You freaking ask all these questions. You freaking interrogate me. I'm just having under your freaking microscope all the time.
You're my
asking
daughter.
where
I I want to know where you
what
are.
I'm doing.
So
I'm
Rich,
16. I can do what I want.
as they are arguing and questions, what is it that you were doing?
Usually?
Yeah.
I just tune them out.
Yeah, and leave sometimes.
Okay. So physically and emotionally, you're leaving.
Oh,
You're
right,
removing
yeah.
yourself from the situation.
I do the same
There's
thing.
not much I can do, you know, it's. I don't like to see it,
Mhm.
you know? I don't want to see my daughter and my wife arguing like that.
Okay. Before we go further, I kind of would like to. Part of what I like to do with therapy is to look at our histories. I think a lot of our past relationships and a lot of our family history has a big impact on our relationships and what's going on with us now. So if it's okay with you all, I'd like to just do a genogram. So I'll be asking you questions and we'll go from there. Does that sound okay? A genogram is, so I'll just be going by you all individually and asking just some basic questions. We'll get to see how relationships developed and then going back to past generations and seeing how those relationships may be impacting you now. That sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So Megan, we'll start with you. And how old are you? 16?
16.
Okay. And you were born in Nigeria, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How old were you
How old was I?
when you were adopted?
Oh, I was a little baby. I don't remember.
Little baby. Okay.
A few months old.
And do you have any siblings?
Mm-mm.
No siblings. Okay.
Not yet. Maybe one of these days.
Ever.
You are wanting to have more children?
I don't know. We've talked about it, but we're kind of, I guess,
Too old.
we're upper 40, so it's kind of.
Oh my god.
And how long have you been married?
How long have we been married? We've been married. How long has it been?
23 years, 24 years coming up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going.
And Denise, how old are you?
I'm 46.
46. And where are you from originally?
I was born on the East Coast. I'm from Jersey originally.
Okay. And what do you do for work?
For work, I am a biologist.
Biologist.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any siblings?
I have a younger sister,
Okay.
and she's 37.
37.
Yeah, so we're kind of far apart in age.
And where does she live?
She's back in Jersey as well with my mom and dad. Well, my dad passed away.
Okay. And what's your sister's name?
Alyssa.
Alyssa.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And you said your mom still lives in Jersey as well,
Uh-huh.
but your dad has passed away.
Yeah, my dad passed away. I guess it's been 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
And how did he pass?
He passed away from a really long battle with lung cancer.
And what was his name?
His name was Greg, Greg.
And what's your mother's name?
Her name is Anne.
And what does your mom do? Does she still work or?
No, she does. She's a retired district attorney. She worked and then has been retired now for several years.
Okay. And your father?
He worked for like a electrical power plant for a while, but then was self-employed for
Okay.
I think most of my like adult life at least.
Okay. And I see on this, they all three live in New Jersey.
Yeah,
Do
my
you-
mom and
your
sister.
mom and sister,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
How is your relationship with them?
I mean, I think it's as good as it can be for living, like far away.
Mm-hmm.
I think my relationship with my mom and my dad was always like I knew I was loved, but it was never like a warm, touchy-feely kind of love.
Okay.
They're a lot more strict and like rigid, I guess, especially compared to Rich's
Scary.
parents. Yeah,
Would you
Megan
agree with
thinks
that,
they're
Liz?
scary. So
They are scary.
This is why we don't visit
God, they're
them.
weird.
How are they scary, Megan?
It's weird.
they're just more strict. They're just like
Grandpa never talked. He just sat in his chair. He would get so mad anytime we did anything.
Okay. And how was your relationship with your father?
my father. How was it?
How was it? Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of the same as my mom. I think that again, like I knew he loved me, but it was definitely more shown more through like them taking care of me financially and stuff like that when I was going through college,
Mhm.
and just caring for me in that way versus like telling me I love you and hugging me and stuff like that.
Okay.
So kind of, I guess like now that I'm saying it out loud, kind of like cold is kind of
Cold.
how I would describe.
Okay.
Not warm and fuzzy.
Okay. And your relationship with your sister, you had said the distance kind of impacts it.
Yeah, the distance impact. She's definitely the one I'm closest to out of my family, but again, we're not like super close because she lives back home and
Okay.
we don't see each other a lot, but we do keep in touch.
Keep in touch.
Yeah.
And that keeps you close.
Yeah.
And Rich, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have 5 brothers and sisters.
Okay. I forgot to ask before, how old are you?
I'm 48.
48. And where are you from originally?
Originally from California.
California. Okay. So, different coasts, huh?
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I am a museum curator.
Okay. And how was it that you both met?
We met in college.
Yeah, we met in college. We both kind of gravitated towards kind of the middle of the country since we're both here for college, and then we met like that.
Okay. In 23 years you've been married. And you said you have 5 brothers and sisters.
That's right.
That's a
We had a large family, but it's
Okay.
fun, you know.
And what are their ages?
So I have 2 older brothers and 3 younger sisters. And
what are
the
their
oldest, the first one is Joe,
Okay.
and then Derek, and then there's me. My younger sister right after me is Felicia, and then Mary,
I'm married.
and then Samantha.
And do you all keep in touch?
We do, yeah. So we're originally from California, but my sisters are here, and then my older brother's here as well.
Okay. And your parents
Are here as well.
are here as well. And how long have they been married?
Oh gosh, 40 plus years.
40 plus.
Mhm.
And what's your mom's name?
Marilyn
And your father?
is Joe Senior.
Joe Senior. Okay. And what did your father do?
My father was an accountant.
He's retired now.
He's retired. That's correct.
And your mother?
She was a homemaker, so
Okay.
5 kids is a lot of handle.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
How was that with her handling that? You had said your parents were very strict, and you had said yours were more laid back. So what did those relationships look like?
I think being in California, I wonder if that has anything to do with it. But
Mhm.
that was, for me, it was the average family. Weekends we would go out to the beach, and a lot of our extended families are in California as well. So we would get together for family kind of picnics and get-togethers.
Okay.
So it's the kids, we looked after each other mainly, and my mom was a very good mother, but she wasn't, she wasn't like the type to really be a helicopter type of parent.
Okay.
It was more the older siblings took care of the younger ones, and in that sense we looked out for each other.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they were both very open to new experiences as well. So we would
Both
know.
of your parents.
Mhm.